안녕하십니까. 환영합니다. 대한민국 식품의약품안전처 권오상 국장입니다. 지금부터 코덱스 제7차 항생제내성특별위원회 개회식을 시작하겠습니다. 첫 순서로 이번 회의의 개회 영상을 감상하도록 하겠습니다.
Not everything living together on the earth are friends. There are many harmful organisms like bad bugs. But there are also good bugs that protect us against bad ones. An antibiotic is a drug made from good bugs. And it has saved many lives. But we take too much of it today. We don't have to take 5 if 4 is enough. Another problem is that animals are taking twice as many antibiotics as us. And antibiotics are being used to produce fruits, vegetables, fish, and shrimp. As a result, superbugs, which are resistant to antibiotics, can be found in foods, and they can infect us. People say 700,000 people are dying every year from the superbugs. If this trend goes on, 10 million people will die in 2050 when I become an adult. That's one person every 3 seconds. That's one person every 3 seconds. There's not much time left before my friends and family are attacked by scary superbugs, and before it's too late, save our future.
예, 감사합니다. 다음은 그간 코덱스 항생제 내성특별위원회를 위해 아주 헌신하신 전자작업반 의장들에게 감사의 마음을 전하는 자리를 갖도록 하겠습니다. 오늘 감사패 수여는 대한민국 이의경 식품의약품안전처장이 수여하도록 하겠습니다. 처장님을 단상 앞으로 모시도록 하겠습니다. 네, 환영의 박수 부탁드립니다. 네, 그리고 미국 식품의약품안전청의 도널드 프레이터 그리고 네덜란드 보건부의 로사 페란 두 분은 단상으로 나와주시기 바랍니다. 참석자들께서는 수상자분들에게 큰 박수로 환영을 부탁드리겠습니다. 도널드 프레이터 귀하는 코덱스 항생제 내성특별위원회의 성공을 위해 성실히 임무를 다하고 좋은 성과를 도출하였으며 크게 기여하였기에 이 패를 드립니다. 2010 로사 페란 귀하는 코덱스 항생제 내성특별위원회의 성공을 위해 성실히 임무를 다하고 좋은 성과를 도출하였기에 크게 기여하였기에 이 패를 드립니다. 대한민국 식품의약품안전처장 이의경, 다음은 처장님과 수상자들의 기념사정 촬영이 있겠습니다. 다시 한번 수상자분들에게 큰 박수로 축하해 주시기 바랍니다. 네, 감사합니다. 다음은 코덱스 항생제내성특별위원회 의장에 대한 공지를 안내하도록 하겠습니다. 기존 코덱스 항생제내성특별위원회 의장이었던 박용호 교수님께서 건강상의 이유로 그 직무를 수행할 수 없게 되어 대한민국 정부는 코덱스 운영 매뉴얼에 따라 회의 기간 동안 서울대학교 유상열 교수를 부의장으로 지명하고 이번 회의의 의장직을 수행하도록 하였음을 알려드립니다. 다음은 근본 7차 코덱스 특별위원회의 환영사 및 축사가 있겠습니다. 먼저 오늘 이 자리에 참석하여 주신 내빈 여러분들께 의장국을 대표하여 이의경 식품의약품안전처장님께서 환영사를 해주시겠습니다. 큰 박수로 맞이하여 주시기 바랍니다.
Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to everyone here in Pyeongchang, place of Winter Olympic Game for the 7th session of TFAMR. I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Mr. Choi Moon-soon, Governor of Gangwon Province, Steve Won, Vice Chair of the Codex Alimentarius Commission, Mr. Hailesus Ketahun from the WHO, and Dr. Jeffrey Ruzun from the FAO for their participation. My appreciation also goes to the TFAMR chair and the chairs and vice chairs of the electronic working groups for their commitment to the task force. And my special thanks go to the delegations coming from around the globe. Ladies and gentlemen, WHO picked AMR as one of the 10 threats to global health this year. Just like climate change, which is also included in the list, AMR can put more people at risk in the future if we don't make harmonized efforts. It has been 4 years since WHA adopted the resolution that stresses FAO, WHO, OIE tripartite cooperation for fighting against AMR in 2015. Over the last few years, international cooperation in fighting AMR has been stepped up. UN Interagency Coordination Group for AMR, IACG, has published recommendation report. Following the recommendations, the Joint Tripartite Secretariat on AMR has been established. AMR Multi-Partner Trust Fund has been launched to scale up efforts to support countries to counter the immediate threat of AMR. The Republic of Korea launched its National Action Plan in 2016 for protecting public health by optimal use and reduced use of antimicrobials and the control of spread of drug-resistant bacteria. Korea's National Action Plan includes improving farm sanitation and biosecurity for infection prevention, and requires professional prescription for some critically important antibiotics. All stakeholders in the food chain from farm to table are making an effort to tackle AMR. Tasks to control AMR are assigned to all of us. This year's session is highly critical for us to move forward. I do wish we make the session fruitful with your wise inputs. Distinguished guests, it's more crucial to have our recommendations and plans in place than our plans themselves. Let me add my voice to those emphasizing international cooperation for capacity building of mid- and low-income countries for tackling AMR. As the host country of TFAMR, Korea is joining international efforts to enhance capacity building for developing countries. This is in line with strengthening global governance, one of the recommendations by IACG, and enhancing partnerships, one of the Sustainable Development Goals. There is no time to waste for us. It's time to do something bold in order to conserve antibiotics for future generations. Again, I'd like to extend my warm welcome all of you, and I hope you have a chance to feel the beauty of this city while staying here. Thank you very much.
네, 감사드립니다. 다음은 근본 개최지를 대표하여 최문순 강원도지사님의 환영사가 있겠습니다. 큰 박수로 맞이하여 주시기 바랍니다.
Hello, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our province. Excellency President Liu and Madam Lee, Minister of KFDA, and honorable delegates from FAO and WHO, thank you for your coming. I am honored to meet all of you here in Pyeongchang. Congratulations on your special committee. Here, where you are, is the very place where 23rd Winter Olympic Games were held last year, Pyeongchang Winter Olympic Games. You are all in Pyeongchang. Pyeongchang is the smallest host city in the history of all the Olympic Games, so it is so small and not well known to the world, so most of the foreigners confused Pyeongchang with Pyongyang. So terrible. Don't forget, Pyeongchang is different from Pyongyang. Please do not confuse. In fact, 4 years ago, when we hosted an United Nations conference here in Pyeongchang, a delegate went to Pyongyang. His name was Daniel. When he arrived in Pyongyang International Airport, its staff members asked him, "Who are you? Why are you here? Visa, please." He could not answer at all. So North Korean soldiers rushed to the scene and questioned him for 5 hours. He was regarded as a spy. After all, he got kicked out to Beijing and paid $500 for no visa entry. This is a real story. You are very clever not to go to Pyongyang. But take it easy. Pyeongchang and Pyongyang were together here during Winter Olympic Games last year. After Winter Olympic Games, we all distinguish Pyeongchang and Pyongyang. I am very happy. I'm governor of a province which is called Gangwon. Pyeongchang County is in our province. Most of the foreigners pronounce Gangwon as Gangwon. So it sounds like the gang defeated the police, so not so good. The exact pronunciation is Gangwon. Please don't forget. Remember the name of our province well. As you all know, Korean Peninsula is divided into two parts, North Korea and South Korea. Gangwon province is located in the exact middle of the Korean Peninsula, like a backbone. So, our province is also divided into two parts. Northern part of our province belongs to North Korea, and southern part to the South Korea. This separation, this division, made so many difficulties and problems for 70 more years. The most significant problem is that there is another governor in the north. I don't like him. His name is Park. One province, two governors. The one and only case in the world ever. I proposed him to have a playoff, a final vote, but no answer until now. After the 평창 Winter Olympic Games, the military tension relaxed and peace process began in Korean Peninsula. There were 6 times of historic summit meetings between North Korea and South Korea, and North Korea and US President Trump. But about 2 years later, the political and military tensions are being heightened again. The hatred is just like a bacteria. It never dies and becomes stronger and stronger, resistant to the peace. The bacteria of the hatred is growing now again in Korean Peninsula. It becomes stronger, not killed by the antibiotics of friendship and love. It becomes more resistant to the peace. It now grows into an infection of serious conflicts. We are now worrying about it. I am sorry about it. I wish you would develop very powerful antibiotics of friendship, love, and peace. Thank you again. During your stay, I wish you enjoy beautiful scenery, clean air, ski, and most of all, our friendship. Welcome again. Thank you again. See you again. Thank you.
아주 재미있는 일화를 경험으로 소개시켜 주신 강원도지사님의 축사였고요. 이의경 시각처장님과 강원도지사님께 다시 한번 감사의 축하 박수 부탁드리겠습니다. 다음은 오늘 직접 참석하신 못하셨지만 그분들의 따뜻한 마음을 동영상으로 전해주신 추동희 FAO 사무총장님과 테드로스 아드하놈 WHO 사무총장님의 동영상 축사를 연달아 시청하도록 하겠습니다.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to address you today as you continue your important work at the Codex Task Force on AMR. There is sufficient data and evidence on the danger of the AMR and of the agency to combat its rising at every level. You may recall that at the 71st UN General Assembly in 2016, former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon stated that AMR poses a fundamental long-term threat to the human health, sustainable food production and development. He also called on WHO, FAO, and OIE in cooperation with other relevant stakeholders to coordinate their planning and actions to combat AMR. In May 2019, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres reaffirmed that the importance of following Codex guidelines to combat AMR in line with the political degradation of the high-level meetings of the General Assembly on AMR. added my voice to those supporting the work you have done so far and the results you will strive to achieve this week. Understanding what AMR is and how to target it is the key to reducing the risk it poses. That is why FAO is supporting the country's implementation of risk analysis to identify those risks and to implement the mitigation measures. As Director General, I'm committed to building a dynamic FAO for a better world and to continue to addressing the needs of over 2 billion people that do not have a regular access to the safe nutrition and sufficient food, leaving no one behind. The work you do is an integral part of the food system transformation we aim to achieve. Working together through the partnership is at the core of my hand-in-hand initiatives, designed to transform food systems and assist the countries in accelerate the process and focus on achieving SDG 2, SDG 1, which requires strong political commitment. CODEX enjoys solid commitment from member states, and this strong partnership of FAO and WHO in CODEX has existed for nearly 60 years. I'm aware that you have a challenging task ahead of you, namely developing CODEX guidelines by 2020 that will assist member countries in combating AMR. We know that no one country, sector, or organization can address these issues alone. And we also know that there is no time to waste. Before I end, allow me to thank the Republic of Korea for its contribution to global action on AMR, especially Minister Lee Eun-kwin, and also for the gracious hospitality in hosting this meeting. It is with such strong support from member countries that the CODEX and the FAO will succeed in our goals today and in the framework of the 2030 Agenda. I offer you my best wishes for a very productive meeting. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished delegates, colleagues and friends, greetings from Geneva. I would like to thank the Republic of Korea for hosting these very important discussions in Pyeongchang. Codex standards, guidelines, and recommendations help to ensure safer food and healthier populations globally. Your discussions this week are especially important as they are advancing the fight against antimicrobial resistance. In recent months, WHO, FAO, and OIE have been stepping up the global response to antimicrobial resistance. We have created a new division and a tripartite joint secretariat for antimicrobial resistance to lead the coordinated One Health response. A key component of this response will be the new and updated guidance coming out of this task force to help mitigate the impact of antimicrobial resistance in the food chain. I urge you to make the most of this time to bring these discussions to their conclusion. We hope the revised texts can be submitted for adoption at the next session of the Commission in 2020. Thank you all for your commitment to keeping the world safe. I wish you all a very successful meeting and look forward to learning of your progress. I thank you.
예, 네 분의 환영사를 통해서 알 수 있듯이 그 항생제 내성 문제, 특히 식품유래 항생제 내성 문제는 더 이상 우리가 기다릴 수 있는 문제라고 생각합니다. 그리고 아주 국제 협력이 중요한 분야로 생각이 됩니다. 다시 한번 네 분의 환영사를 해주신 네 분에게 감사드리고 아울러 오늘 참석하신 모든 분들께 다시 한번 감사드립니다. 그러면 이것으로 제7차 코덱스 항생제 내성 특별위원회 개회식을 마치도록 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.